The city of Dallas, Texas. The location for the Nets. The free-flowing D'Angelo Russell with ice in his veins as they gear up for the action at American Airlines Center. Nets, Mavs. Up next, back in a moment. Welcome, everyone, to Noche NBA. Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Looking now at some numbers for Spencer Dinwiddie.
And right now, he's in one of those grooves where he has a tremendous feel for the game. His assist numbers these past 5 look a lot different than from the rest of the season. And by different, I mean better.
So the Nets starting 5. Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Johnson is out there with Russell. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. And for Dallas, they've got Anthony Davis, Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Klay Thompson. Then there's Washington. And it's Marshall in at the small forward position. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now, here's Washington. Down low, the 11-footer, and the rejection by Claxton. Russell against Dinwiddie. Russell, no luck. Here's Dallas. And they're moving it up. Here's Thompson. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowouts. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
It's good from long range.
Well, he's a stretch forward now with a dangerous outside shot. Washington loves letting that one fly from there.
Pass to Johnson. Claxton with it. He's guarded by Davis. Johnson kicks to Williams. Shot clock at 6. From 20 feet out. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Pass to Washington. Thompson the bounce pass. It's Davis on the wing. Over Claxton. And Davis gets it to go.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Russell passes to Williams. Back to Russell. The tray gets the 3-pointer to fall.
You know, with good form, a quick release, and a nice feel, Russell's comfortable in catch-and-shoot situations.
And Thompson kicks to Dinwiddie. Thompson sets the pick for Dinwiddie. Fires the 3. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Now here is Davis. One of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. And it's Spencer Dinwiddie with the 3.
Well, I like seeing Dinwiddie get going from deep, guys. I mean, this is now a reliable shot in his arsenal.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Attention fans, now on the court is your
A chance to check out the stats for Dinwiddie. How the second half of the season has shaped up for him. He's right around 13 points a night, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
On the wing, Williams. Inside. Kicks it out to Johnson. Dinwiddie against Russell. To the middle. Here's Claxton. No good on that one. Davis with some nice D. Dallas leading by 3. Now, here's Marshall. 38 points for him last game against the Knicks in New York.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
Here's Russell following the basket by Anthony Davis. Johnson surveying the floor. Russell against Dinwiddie. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Of all the great ball handlers, Clark, in the NBA, Russell's got to be right there at the top of the list.
And the thing that impresses me, Kevin, is how smooth he makes it look and how effortless it appears. Even at full speed, he can make moves that most guys can't even imagine.
Free throw good, Russell. You know, Clark, I've been wondering your thoughts on the possibility of the NBA shortening the season in an attempt to mitigate injuries.
Look, Kevin, I've long been a proponent of a shorter season. I think 65, 66 games, 1 month less on the regular season would be great. We know load management didn't decrease injury rates, so I'm not sure a shortened schedule would either, but I do know it would improve the quality of play for the players, and I think that would be beneficial to the fans.
Now, here's Marshall. Still scoreless. Davis inside. Claxton covering. Here's Russell. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Well, I tell you, Russell looking very comfortable taking on aggressive defense and getting the job done. That's good focus on his part.
Here's Washington. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Now, here's Washington. Marshall sets a screen for Dinwiddie. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Claxton. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Nets. They trail by 1. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
Well, you know, you got to take care of the basketball. Hopefully, they learn from that game and are better going forward.
Now, here's Marshall, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Christie, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And the Nets also making a change. Wilson's checked in. Down to 5 on the shot clock. On its way from Dinwiddie for 2. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Mavs owner Mark Cuban taking in the home game with us here tonight.
And I'm sure he's liking what he's seeing from his guys. One of the more visible owners in the league, Cuban is always ready to show love for his team.
That one drops. He ties it up. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Pass to Christie. Washington with it. Here's Davis. Claxton covering. Rebounded by the Nets. Claxton's got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the paint. Russell passes to Wilson. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
Orchestrating the offense like a vet. D'Angelo getting everybody involved.
Dallas has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Williams looking around. Davis setting the pick for Williams. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Out left to the wing. Outside Wilson. Here's Russell. Oh, and it's sent back by Washington.
Even though he's not the tallest power forward, Washington does have good bounce and a long reach. Plays bigger than he is.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. You look at the Nets. Their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens. Russell passes to Johnson. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Shot's good by Wilson. Wilson's got his second bucket of the night.
Not a bunch of energy from the defense, which is why he was free to knock that down.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Pass to Christie. Davis against Claxton. Davis can't get that one to fall.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Johnson finds Russell. Back to Johnson. Oh, good on the triple.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by Brooklyn.
Outside Wilson. Pass to Russell. Claxton a screen on Williams to the inside. And Claxton throws it down.
I can't emphasize enough what reading is all about. That's seeing the game in front of you, another way to put it. Russell making a great choice for the assist there.
Now here is Davis. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Right wing. For 3. Marshall. The rebound by the Nets. Claxton's got 6 rebounds in the game. Johnson in the corner. Outside Russell. Pass to Wilson. The 3 from Johnson. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. 3, Marshall. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
First team foul.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
3 shots. 3 shots.
That free throw, no good. A different look for Dallas. Edwards comes in for Anthony Davis. And Kayla Martin subbed in for Washington. And he sinks the second. And he nails the third. And here are the Nets. They're on a 13-4 run. And here is Lewis. 9 points last game out. Here's Sharp. Pass to Clowney. Lewis kicks to Russell. 6 to shoot. Sharp with a screen on Williams. Russell passes to Sharp. And then Sharp with the dunk.
And slick dish there in the pick and roll. Russell showing his elite feel for the game.
Williams against Russell. Now here's Williams. He's covered closely. And there's Martin. That's good on the assist by Williams.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. Here's Marshall after D'Angelo Russell's bucket.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Edwards looking it over. Over in the corner, Marshall wants to get it to Edwards and does. The rebound by Sharp.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm. And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Jones checked in for Caleb Martin. And it's Klay Thompson in for Najee Marshall. Williams, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Christie against Wilson. To the middle. Line stolen by Russell. Pass to Clowney. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 4 assists now tonight.
Terrific read on the part of Russell that time. Scanned the court, spotting the open man, and then whipped it there for an easy bucket.
And here's Edwards. Thompson outside. Jones sets the pick for Thompson. Inside. It's tipped. Jones finds Williams. Dallas moving the ball around. It's blocked. Here's the break. Williams dishes to Russell. Sharp on the wing. Back to Russell. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Foul. Out of frustration, Russell, as he often does, dictating the tempo.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. And he knocks down the first one.
You know, Russell's known for his scoring ability, but I like the fact that he's eager and hungry to continue to improve.
And so Russell hits them both.
And doing a good job getting to the line and capitalizing.
Exactly. I mean, that's what's helped him build this early lead.
Russell against Williams. Here's Christie. Still yet to score. Thompson from long range. The rebound by Sharp. Sharp's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
There's Russell with the 3, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Nets out in front. They're up by 11. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vámonos. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Nets.
They've not been passive at all on defense early on. Challenging shots, and it's resulted in a number of blocks.
And let's not forget how terrific they've been on the offensive glass, throwing themselves on that backboard and being rewarded with additional points.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Williams is out there with Lewis. Then it's Sharp, and it's Wilson in at the 3 slot. Now here's Wilson. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Lewis kicks to Williams. Drills it from outside. Williams has got 5 now.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Williams with the ball. He's coming off a 22-point game against New York.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
Just 3 to shoot. With his first shot attempt. Rebound, Brooklyn. Sharp's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside Wilson. Pass to Clowney. On the wing, Williams. Watch the screen. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Now here's Edwards. He has yet to score. Good! Thompson makes it look so easy.
I really believe we can go ahead now and lock Klay Thompson in on the short list of the greatest pull-up shooters in the NBA, and we might be talking the all-time list here.
And they get it back. Williams kicks to Lewis. Back to Williams. There's the screen. Puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by Edwards. So for Dallas, their last game, a loss to New York. Pass to Williams. Williams, a screen on Williams. Thompson for 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
After having none in the first, he gets 2 3-point shots to go here.
Lewis passes to Sharp. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Clowney. Now here's Williams. He's covered by Thompson. For 3. Another miss by Williams.
Hey, you know, I like the competitive spirit, but when you look at it, I think he rushed that 3 a little bit because he was trying to get back at his opponent.
Edwards kicks to Thompson. Jones sets the pick for Thompson. To the paint. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Thursday, they'll tip off a road trip starting in Orlando and going up against the Magic. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago.
And looking at that Nets matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Hardy, he's checked in for Williams. Nets passing it around. Williams against Thompson. Now here's Williams. Defense right on him. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Now here's Hardy. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New York. And Thompson kicks to Jones. Pass to Hardy. Screen by Jones from past the arc. Another 3 for Dallas.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
They set the pick. Williams with the ball. Jones covering. Williams can't get it to go. Mavericks trail by 9. Pass to Hardy. A 3. Traps in the tray. Hardy's got a pair of triples in the second now for Dallas.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Now here's Williams. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Sharp. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. And Anthony Davis is checked in for Jones. B.J. Washington comes in for Christie. And it's Williams in for Thompson. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Well, there's no question, and he welcomes this, that Anthony Davis shoulders a heavy load on the defensive end.
And he should, and he does. I mean, he's a true anchor. He protects the rim. He can guard out on the perimeter. He communicates well. He's got an excellent basketball IQ. And he's a guy that can cover up a lot of mistakes from his teammates.
Now, here's Washington. 5 points in the game.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordy Fernandez. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Making a switch here. Watford's checked in. Let's take this chance to bring you now the hottest shooters from downtown this month. Martin finds Claxton. Here's Watford. He's guarded by Williams. Pass to Lewis. Here's Claxton. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Here's Dallas. They're on a 15-6 run. Davis with a screen on Martin. Here's Hardy. Knocks it loose.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard.
they are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Claxton the pass to Lewis, and the shot is good. And now a 9-point Nets lead.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now Williams, still without a basket. Looking to get it going. And it's Davis missing. Brooklyn leading by 9.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Johnson. He's averaging 19 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself.
The first free throw is good. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Marshall, he's checked in for Edwards. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Williams. Then for the Nets, Johnson, he's checked in for Martin. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Trendon Watford. That one misses. Like we were just talking, P.J. Washington has improved his defense, hasn't he?
He really has been intentional about getting better at that end of the floor. And, you know, he always had a good foundation for potentially being an outstanding defender, but then he put the work in. You know, he does a great job with his positioning. He's got excellent positional size, and because of all of that in his work, he's a versatile defender now that can make an impact at that end of the floor.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball, following the bucket by the Nets. And here is Washington. He's got 8. And Marshall kicks to Washington. 5 on the clock. Dinwiddie for 3. Rebounded by the Nets.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now Russell, after Spencer Dinwiddie missing on that last three-pointer, and Russell gets it to go.
You know, we've seen a big jump from Russell in terms of his production. Now he's a legitimate scorer who can dominate a game with his offense.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Dallas making a switch here. Thompson's checked in, and a change for the Nets. Williams is checked in. Washington kicks to Dinwiddie. Thompson outside. They get it back. Davis doing his thing inside.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Brooklyn.
Russell passes to Claxton. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Davis. And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Guys, he is close to where he was last year in that category, but his numbers are still down just a skosh.
First free throw is good. And Claxton drops them both. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Mavericks. It's a 14-point game. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do. Much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
Here's Claxton after the made shot from Klay Thompson. Good on the shot.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
The Mavericks have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. And Marshall kicks to Dinwiddie. Davis against Claxton. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Anthony Davis.
With that great length and quickness off the floor, Davis rising above to knock it down from mid-range.
Now, here's Johnson. 17 points for him last game against Dallas.
And even if you took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist numbers were tremendous. And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Davis finds Washington, and that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 3 assists in the game. Outside Williams. And Williams throws it down.
Terrific imagination, creativity. Russell already one of the league's more intriguing playmakers.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything. Kevin?
And he does everything. David, thank you so much. Now Johnson. After Spencer Dinwiddie missing on that last three-pointer, Claxton sets the screen for Russell, and the 3-ball is good. Russell's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Pass to Marshall from downtown. Buries the long-range jumper. Marshall's got 5 points so far.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Now here's Williams. 13 points in the game. Russell from long range. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Mavericks trail by 14. Pass to Dinwiddie. Back to Davis. It's stolen by Johnson. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And the slam dunk by Russell.
Guys, absolutely feeling it. When Russell heats up, showtime.
Now, here's Washington. 46 seconds left in the second quarter.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Johnson can't hit. Dallas shooting very well, 56% from the floor here in the second quarter. And stolen by Williams. Oh, and here comes Williams all alone. Here's Johnson. Rebound by Marshall. The Mavericks shooting around 41% on the night. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Pass to Thompson. Now Davis. Over Claxton. Not enough on that one as it misses. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead. 6 in the clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Back to the action in just a minute.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule. And something out of left field for you guys.
Ernie, left field, this is not baseball. This is a basketball show.
So it's like from the backcourt
Maybe like from the corner?
Okay, let me do this over, okay?
Yeah, because I'm kind of lost.
From the opposite end. Oh, wait, we ran out of time for the segment. Can't even ask the question.
See,
Too
Kenny?
bad. Moving on. D'Angelo Russell was tremendous in the first half.
D'Lo is cooking tonight. One of those new age point guards. He can score it better than he can dish it, but he can dish it too.
Man, it makes him hard to guard, man. D'Angelo can drive and has great scoring range.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been a clinic out there with D'Angelo Russell.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
And Brooklyn has possession. We've got Spencer Dinwiddie. Anthony Davis is out there with Washington. And there's Klay Thompson. And it's Marshall in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. Now, here is Russell. 5 to shoot. Johnson, that's for 2. And it's Klay Thompson with the rebound.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Russell kicks to Johnson. Outside Williams. Back to Johnson. Johnson against Thompson. Russell from deep three-point territory. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got 5 rebounds tonight. Loads it up for Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
Boy, there's not a better target in all of the NBA than Davis for the alley-oop.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Up top, Claxton. Williams with a clean look. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Back to Dinwiddie. Pass to Marshall. Dallas moving it around. Here's Davis. Nails the baby hook. That's 12 points for Anthony Davis.
This is why they feed Davis inside. I mean, they know how much of a beast he is down there, and he eats good.
Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
Washington finds Thompson. Davis with a screen on Johnson. Thompson for the triple. And the call will be against Najee Marshall. That's his first foul. Nets leading by 12. Pass to Russell. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Thompson outside. Back to Dinwiddie. Three-pointer. The Mavericks keeping it alive. The new 14.
Using that length, Davis turning a miss into a make. Bonus points for his team.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordy Fernandez. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
team scoring. Really good offensive execution. This is a tricky team to defend.
And I did want to bring up their field goal percentage again, Greg. You can't have good shooting without good ball movements, and they've been terrific in that regard. Over to the left wing. Russell kicks to Williams. Thompson against Johnson. And Davis sends it back.
His great length really helps AD defensively.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. As a result, they've got a big lead. Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. 17 points was their biggest margin. Johnson outside. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Russell. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find the shot.
Dinwiddie passes to Washington. Marshall with it. Takes a three. And it's Russell with the rebound. Outside Williams. And Claxton throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Now here's Thompson. He's got 11. Over to the wing. Davis with a screen on Johnson. It's Davis on the wing. And they double up Davis. Back to Washington. Dinwiddie against Russell. And a miss there on the triple.
And another miss. Woo, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And then Johnson with the dunk.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Here's Marshall after the basket by Brooklyn. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Klay Thompson.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And the first one at the line is good. Marshall hits them both. Here's Johnson. Nothing on the board. Johnson outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And the league limiting players from making public trade demands. Just makes sense. It's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot. Keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leading.
And he makes the first. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Mavericks trail by 15. Dinwiddie passes to Marshall. A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Shot's good. Marshall making the play. Washington's got 13 points. Johnson outside. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
On the free throw, no good. Johnson back to Russell. Claxton a screen on Dinwiddie. Clock at 6. Russell finds Claxton. From deep, Johnson sinks the three-pointer. Johnson's got 5 points now this quarter. Dallas has gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Pass to Marshall. Outside, Davis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Nick Claxton.
That's just a savvy move by Anthony Davis. I mean, caught the defense off balance and was able to draw the contact.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
They've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. It's resulted in a number of blocks.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
That one is off.
At his best, Davis is an MVP caliber player. One of the true franchise guys in the league.
Williams, he's checked in for Dallas. And then for Brooklyn, Clowney's checked in, and it's Wilson in for Johnson. Good on the second free throw. Russell with it. He's got 22. Outside Wilson. Back to Russell. Claxton sets the screen for Russell. Pass to Claxton. Here's Clowney. Russell from long range. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Williams dishes to Thompson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Look at Thompson just tricking the defense there, getting them in the air before taking the shot. Good work.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
You know, he's been one of those players they've won it on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
That free throw good from Thompson.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Edwards has checked in, and a change for the Nets. Lewis checked in for Williams. And so Thompson nails both of them.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Well, what a boost this group has given their teams in the second half of the season with excellent rebounding from the small forward position.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Christie's checked in for Klay Thompson. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Mavericks trailed by 18. Now here's Marshall. 7 points in the game. Washington with this screen on Russell. Here's Williams. A beautiful reverse layup.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Christie against Lewis. Russell looking around. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Washington's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Williams passes to Christie. Outside Edwards. Pass to Williams. The shot from the low post is good. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 25. Although they're down big right now, Greg, still plenty of time left in this one.
At this point, they got to take it one possession at a time.
Here's Washington. He's got 13. Rebound, Brooklyn. Claxton's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Russell passes to Wilson. Back to Russell. Good work there as it goes. Russell's got 27.
Inside, Russell definitely has the touch. Just pops it in nicely.
Pass to Marshall. Three-pointer. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. Who is outside? Down low. Here's Clowney. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
You make your teammates better by giving them good passes. That one was perfect.
Now Williams. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Now, here's Washington. He's tightly guarded.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 27. Pass to Clowney. Beyond the arc. Russell, no good.
He has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Williams against Russell. Edwards passes to Washington. Now Marshall. Dallas moving the ball around. Williams for 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Who is outside? Back to Russell. Ball stolen. Williams against Russell. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost him.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Jones checked in for the Mavericks. Hardy comes in for Marshall. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Martin's checked in. Here's Clowney. He's got 5. Back to Lewis. Pass to Wilson. Here's Clowney. Just 5 to shoot. Fires from deep. Connects from 3-point range. Clowney's got 5 points now this quarter. Martin against Williams. To stop the drought. He can't get that one to fall. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Nets lead by 18. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Watford out there with Martin. Then it's Lewis. Then it's Sharp. And it's Clowney in at the 4. Hands it from downtown.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Nets leading by 15. To the left wing. Watford passes to Lewis. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Jones with the screen on Martin to the middle. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
The Nets shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Outside, Martin. Pass to Watford. From down in the low post, it goes. Watford's got his first 2 points.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Now here is Martin. Watford inside, working on Williams. Mavericks trail by 14. There's the lob to the hoop, and Jones slams it in.
And hard to decide which is better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop.
Tell you what, you wouldn't know they're the team trailing when they're able to pull off plays like that.
And so it's Brooklyn with it, following the score by Dallas. Here's Watford, and Jones sends it back. And here is Williams. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Hardy, and the layup's good off the glass.
Well, they left it until the fourth quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
I didn't think it was going to happen for them, quite honestly, but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops.
Here's Watford, the Mavericks making the shot. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Lewis against Christian. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Martin. Here's Watford. And the Nets miss again.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Hardy, no good. Nets leading by 10. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Sharp against Jones. Bounce pass from Sharp. Pass to Watford. That's a 2 from Martin. And just miss after miss right now. And it's Sharp missing.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
Now here's Lewis. Sharp with the screen on Williams. Watford with it. Pass to Lewis. Martin with it. Pick off in midair. Here's Hardy. And it's Hardy with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
They grab their own miss. Left side, Martin. Fast break, Dallas. Christie kicks to Williams. Pass to Christie. Now here's Williams. Shot clock at 5. A floater, and he gets the bucket. Now just a 4-point Nets lead.
And this offensive explosion has narrowed the gap.
Almost happened too late, partner. I mean, their offense didn't come alive until they were nearly out of it, but it is alive now.
Watford, that's good. Here's Hardy. And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page.
We got free t-shirts heading to West End. Get out of your seat, get on your feet, and make
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Brooklyn making some changes. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What you got for us, DA?
Thanks, guys. Well, I got a chance to listen in on what Jason Kidd was talking about with his players. The message was simple. Keep fighting. Coach told his team, we're in this. We just need some extra effort. Let's go. See if they can come back. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Pass to Washington. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Davis finds Dinwiddie. Loads it up for Davis. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
His ability to dominate games is what makes Anthony Davis a top-tier player.
The Nets with the lead. Pass to Russell. Claxton a screen on Dinwiddie to the paint. And Claxton throws it down.
Terrific accuracy on that pass. That's how you lead your teammate.
And so here is Dallas. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Outside, Davis. Over Claxton. And it's Dallas with another.
Tell you what, guys, this has clearly been his half. And he's getting to his spot, shooting the ball with confidence. Excellent turnaround for him.
The Nets shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Here's Russell driving to the basket. Johnson against Davis. Got it. Good job in the low post. Davis has got 13 points in the second half.
On display, the advanced skill set of AD. I mean, when he gets it going like that, he's a hard guy to put clamps on.
Now, here's Johnson. Back to Russell. Six to shoot. Claxton a screen on Dinwiddie. Here's Russell with the three. The Mavericks pull it in. Davis has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Dinwiddie passes to Washington. Shoots from 14. And Davis can't get it to go. Brooklyn trailing. Claxton a screen on Dinwiddie. Russell against Dinwiddie. Russell passes to Williams. Nets passing it around. Outside, Russell shoots the three. Nailed from three-point land. Russell's got 30 points.
Boy, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Pass to Davis. to the right side. Marshall dishes to Dinwiddie. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Maxton a screen on Dinwiddie. And it's Russell missing.
You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make it.
On the wing, Dinwiddie. He's guarded by Russell, and that one, good.
Wanting to take on more of a leadership role, Dinwiddie delivering in critical moments. Big-time play.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Brooklyn's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Outside, Russell fires the three. A rebound by Washington. Washington's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Davis gets to Dinwiddie. Claxton against Davis. And the rejection by Claxton. Russell passes to Williams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Williams. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
2 minutes.
Inside. Kicks it out to Johnson. Outside, Williams. To the wing on the left. Maxton a screen on Dinwiddie. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's Marshall bring it up for the Mavericks. Count the basket and the foul. It's on Nick Claxton.
Poised under pressure to produce at the right time in the big time. AD.
That's his second personal. First team foul. At the line for 1, Anthony Davis.
That one misses for Davis.
And, you know, for a big man, Anthony Davis has always been above average at the free throw line.
That's to Claxton. Back to Williams. Dinwiddie against Russell. And here is Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drains the three-pointer.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Dinwiddie against Russell. And finished off by Davis.
AD is the man. Prime-time play by a prime-time bowler.
Dinwiddie against Russell. Maxton a screen on Dinwiddie. Gets the 3 to fall.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Dinwiddie against Russell. 8 feet away. And Davis can't get it to go. And that's an intentional foul. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
Close games often come down to who makes the big plays on defense. And that is one heck of a rejection right there.
It's the Nets now. They lead by 4. The 3 from Johnson.
And I love what Thompson provides at the defensive end. He is smart and tough.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
No time to waste on this possession.
Got to go right up with it and then foul immediately.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
There are very few that can handle and battle with Davis inside. I mean, he's got really tremendous strength and agility and a nice touch.
Good on the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. He's perfect from the line this time.
And that would have been a killer if he missed one of those, but he was rock solid. That trims the lead now to a 1-possession lead. Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
Exactly. You got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're behind by 5. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
Trying to stay alive. They've got to work quickly.
They're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
Dinwiddie kicks to Davis. Pass to Washington. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. Lets it go with a 3. That one doesn't drop. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is